We call them domestic managers, house managers. We also call them house helps or nannies. And this is the topic of the video for today. We are going to discuss how we have experienced life with them. Sometimes we rubbed shoulders. We've had positive or negative experiences with them. And I'm not going to discuss this topic alone. I am going to discuss it with a very good friend of mine who is a mother. So meet Shix. Like I said, she's a mother. She's a very good friend of mine. And sometimes back we used to stay in the same apartment. And she's here so that we can discuss something about these women and men in our house that are supposed to be helping us. So how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Very fine.
Hi,
How have you
everyone.
been?
I've
Say
been
hi to the
good.
viewers of the Channel of Hope.
Hi, viewers.
So you say hi, you guys. So we are here to discuss very serious matter, and these are people that we deal with from our houses or in our houses each and every time. And for you to work and to feel comfortable when you're at your place of work, we need them, and that's why we are coming to discuss about these very important people in our lives. And by the way, I don't know how many I've employed. I think I've employed 1,000 and something. So many of them, and I'm sure, stop laughing.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
sure you've also employed as many as you can.
Yeah.
So you guys, how many have you employed? So we are here to discuss the experience that we've had with them. I've had good experience and bad experiences with them. And we are also going to discuss the roles that they need to have, we need to give them, the work that you need to give them in our houses. We are also going to discuss where we get them, how to get them, and how you can really know who will work in your house and who will not work in your house, who is going to fit with your kids, because most of the time they're there to take care of our kids, and who is not going to fit. So let me start. The worst experience I've had with them, like I've said, you guys have employed more than 1,000. Because you can employ today and tomorrow they say they are going. You employ today, somebody was looking for pocket money, so you will pay that amount of money for that month, and then they leave. And what do? You can't leave the kids in the house alone. How have you experienced been?
Well, like you said, there have been good experiences and bad experiences. I've also had a number, countless.
They
I
can't
would say.
So they can't be 1,000. They're more.
They actually, okay, I don't know if there are more, but yes.
They are
yes,
quite a
in
number.
a number, yeah.
Yes, and I know, guys, it's like that for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in a span of 9 years now, I would say.
Yes.
Because I got my first nanny when I got my firstborn.
Yes.
So since then, and I would say she was the best I ever had.
Wow. The
Yeah.
first one.
The first one was the best I ever had.
Yes.
She was new to it, I was new to it.
Wow.
So we were learning together.
Very good experience.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so after that, now the experiences have been changing and shifting.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned so much.
Yes.
So now I would say I can read a good nanny from far.
From far.
From far.
Even from the body language.
Yes, from the body language, from
Uh-huh.
I can tell.
The way they carry themselves.
Yes.
So as for me, I've also employed quite a number, and I think the first one, you guys have given you my first experience as a mother. The first one was a very good one. My firstborn had a problem eating, crying a lot, and I got the best nanny ever, who stayed with my firstborn for a whole year before she left, and that was the best, because within the first year of your firstborn is when you need them very much. After 1 year, the others can manage. Even if they come for 1 year, for 1 month and then leave, the child at least has grown.
Yes.
So the same firstborn, I've really had an experience. You remember, there's a time, she's laughing because she knows.
Yes.
There's a time my firstborn was left in the house. Have you heard these people who say that is a girl from hell? I don't know.
Yes.
She never did anything to the baby, but she left the boy in the house. I remember that time my son was 6 months. 6 years. He was in for a midterm. I had gone to work, and I remember being called. Like, for example, you guys, I don't know. You leave them They are preparing to clean the house, they are preparing to wash the clothes, but they are waiting for you to leave.
And I usually wonder, why do they feel like they need to leave without letting you?
I don't know.
No, you didn't force them to come in.
Yes.
You welcome them to your house. But when they live like this. I don't get that.
I like that. They live like this.
Yeah, I don't get it. Oh, I keep telling them, every time I get a new one, I will talk to her. I tell her what I require of her, and I also communicate to her. In case you have any problem, please let me know. Any difficulties, personal, otherwise, please let me know.
Yes.
So I also tell them, you have freely come to my house. So when you decide to leave, you will be free to leave as well.
Just like the way we began. We
So just
talked,
let me know.
you come.
Yes.
When you are leaving, you tell me.
You just tell me.
When I feel I can't make it with you, I also release you in a very good way.
Yes.
But you know, I've dealt with several who say that they refuse to tell the employers that they are leaving because they are fearing you won't pay them. And a good example, which is somehow, I don't know, somehow it is true, because sometimes if they want to leave and the month is almost closed, there are people who refuse to pay them. True.
Yes, it's very true. The people will treat their nannies or their DMs in a way that the house girl also feels like they need to run away.
Yes.
So when it's time to, it's end month, I think the best thing you need to do is to study the body language of your
house girl.
Yeah. You will, with the last month, the last week of the month, you will learn so much if she's about to go.
But you see, I'm going to speak for them. Because if you've been mistreating me, like for example, there are those people that not that I know, but I've dealt with the nannies who have been telling me that sausages are for the kids. Seriously, sausage.
Yeah.
Sausages are for the kids.
Yeah.
So you won't eat. Fruits are for the kids. So, and she has her own food that she eats, and she cooks this for you.
I've also heard of experiences of girls whose food is different from the one
The owners of the house are eating.
Yet she's the one cooking for you. But her meal has to be different. She eats it in a different room. And when you're living with your kids to go to school and you to work, you lock everything.
You leave them in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That is where they belong.
Yeah.
Which is very wrong.
And then you expect her to love your kids and treat your kids.
Yes.
So there needs to be a balance. Yes, we can't blame house girl all the time.
Yes.
Even as the employer, you need to question, am I
Your
treating
behavior
her
as the employer.
Am I treating her the way I would also want to be treated? Because that is the first requirement. Treat the other human being the way you would want to be treated.
And after all, you should treat them as part of the family. By the end of the day, assume like now, this time of corona, you are leaving those kids with that nanny.
Yes.
And yet, you belong to the kitchen.
Yes.
Yet, you expect this nanny to take the kid to bed, to wash the clothes for the kid, to feed the kid with that food that you don't want them to eat.
Yes.
I mean, I'm also going to eat that food. You've heard of those nannies who eat the food for the kids.
For the baby. Yeah.
For the baby, because I'm also going to do that.
Yeah.
It is very, very wrong.
Yeah.
But this is where I was coming. They say that they fear you might not pay them when it comes to the end month.
Yeah.
So she's going to stay until that 5th date that you normally pay, and then she will leave. Unfortunately, for this case of mine, in most of the time when the end month is close to the weekend, that's the time I would like paying them.
Yes.
Because they go for off.
Yes.
So this is what I did. I paid her on Saturday. She was supposed to leave on Saturday evening. She was supposed to go for a leave. That is off on Sunday, and she left very well. Then on Sunday she came back very late. And remember, she was new. That was the first month in that house. So she was very new. And you see, most of them, they say, I don't know this area, I don't know what. Somehow, somewhere, sometimes it's a lie.
Why do they lie about that?
Because, I mean, maybe they have their own plans. Like, for example, that one came. I paid her on Saturday. On Sunday, she said she's lost. I sent a Buddha guy to pick her. She came back very late. Then on Monday, she woke up and did what she normally does. And she was preparing towards the clothes. And immediately after I left, I had a call. We can see your house girl at the gate, and the kid is in the house alone. So she left. So you guys, these are the people who called me. My son was in the house. She had not done anything to the boy. She gave him something to eat and then she left. The worst, the clothes were inside the basin, all over, and she left. There's nothing she did to the boy, but she left. That was the worst experience I've had.
I usually say, at least if you're going to leave, it's okay then. If she feels that's the only exit, then that's okay. Just don't do any harm to the child.
Exactly.
So if that's what she
But
chooses
I
to do,
think most of the time why they do harm to the kids is because of the way you treat
the way you treat them.
You've heard there are some girls or nannies who even put the kids or babies in the fridge.
Yes.
Really?
I've
Is that
heard
true?
Yeah, I also heard that.
We've seen even
Yeah,
videos
not- yeah.
from the, what do you call this security thing we put in the house?
CCTVs
The
and the nanny
CCTVs,
cams.
and you see the nannies beating them
Mhm.
and beating the kids. But I think it depends with how you behave towards them, how you treat them, and your relationship with them. Do you agree with that?
To some extent, yes. I think it's the way you treat them.
Mhm.
I also think it's also a personality thing. And I think that's why it's very important that if it were possible that you get, I know it's not very practical, but if it were possible, I wish the domestic managers would go through personality tests.
Okay.
Because you
that's a
might
good
end
one.
up with a crazy person in the house.
Who has a personality disorder.
Yeah, someone who is mentally ill, but you do not know.
Yes.
So I think it's very important to really research. And that's why I always wonder, do we do the bureau thing, or do you find a person through referrals?
Yes, by
So,
the way,
yeah.
where do we get these nannies from?
Yes, that's also a very...
I know you don't like getting them from the bureaus.
Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you something. I always get mine from the bureaus because I always say, who takes care of the kids? It's not the nanny, it's God.
It's good.
Though we have reservations, there are sometimes back the nannies from the bureaus had a very bad name, remember?
Yes.
And we normally say once bitten, twice shy. So if you had a bad experience with that one from the bureau, then you may not go back there.
Yes. And there are also bureaus that organize with these house girls. That you pay the bureau, she comes to your house for like 2-3 days, she runs away and goes back to that bureau. She's referred, taken to another house. The person pays, she stays there for another 3-4 days.
So it's
a
kind of a business.
Yes.
Because when you get that nanny from the bureau, you have to pay.
Yes. So it's, and she's supposed to pay part of her money from your salary. But most people even prefer that she doesn't, that you don't cut her salary as long as her work is very good.
But you see, for a serious bureau,
Yeah.
like the one I normally go, there's even an agreement that you're supposed to sign, and we pay half-half. So for example, if I'm paying 2,000 for this nanny, I will cut that 1,000 from her salary.
Yes.
And she insists you have to do that. And then before you get this nanny from the bureau, you must do some interview. You must do some background, which we may not know whether it is true or not. You have to ask questions. You see, like when you go to a company to ask for a job, when you're called for an interview, there are questions that you're supposed to be asked.
Yes.
And through that, guys, you're able to read the body language, the way she answers, and you'll be able definitely to say, this one, no.
Yes.
It is also very, very important when you get a nanny from a bureau. Nowadays, you also get from the referrals, which sometimes do not work.
Yeah.
There's nothing we haven't done in this world, guys. We've had referrals. Sometimes you don't have time for those referrals. You're going to work tomorrow, or you've woken up to go to work in the morning, and she tells you, I'm leaving. What do?
That happens.
That happens.
And the other funny thing I realized with referrals, although I still choose to go that way most of the time, is that the person refers the girl to you.
Yes.
And tells you she's very good. Everything I've heard about her is good.
Yes.
So you hire the girl. And then a month or two later, she's gone. She did some funny things in the house and left, or she left like the way we were saying without even telling you. So you call the person who referred her to you. And then the person starts saying, oh, she's actually not a really good girl. She was employed elsewhere and did ABC. But the funny thing is, when they were referring the girl to you, they did not give you that information.
Yes.
So I don't usually understand why they feel the need to give you the information after. So I would also say that when you're referring the girl, please give the correct information the first time. Yeah.
Wow, that's very serious. So that means there's no safer way of getting these people.
Yeah.
There's no safer way
Yeah.
of getting these people. But I feel and I believe they are good, and those ones who are sent from the hell, as they say. I'm not saying they are sent from there, because of course, if it's that crazy one,
Yes.
who comes and puts the kid in the fridge, who is...
You have to be a psychopath or
Exactly, you're sent from the devil direct.
Yes.
Go and do this ABCD.
Yeah.
That is what because there's nobody in the normal sense who can do that unless you have an influence of something.
Yeah. And what about this influence of the neighborhood girls?
Yes.
You will find these girls who come and especially those who live in apartments. You find a girl who comes and she's good at her work and takes her work very seriously the first and second month, and for whatever reason, the neighbor nanny feels that now your house girl is
Changed.
yes, not even changed. They want to change her now. They want her to be part of they get jealous. I don't know what it is.
And it is very true, because of course you want to stay with them in the house, in the compound. You have to leave to work, and you live in an apartment. There are so many of them, so in one way or another they will meet and they will discuss your house.
And you can't stop them. There are people who actually try to tell them that you can't talk to the neighbors.
No, you can't.
I think that is very wrong.
These people are human beings.
Yes.
If you close them in the house without talking, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is just
so they have to talk.
Yes.
And a wise nanny will not listen to the others. That is what I mean.
Yeah, that's in fact I always tell my you know why you looked for this job. If it's serious for you, you will take your job seriously. You won't be influenced by others. Yeah. So
yes, and I believe they're human beings. You have to treat them very well. And then there's this work that we give them. This work that we give them. Dear, once you have 5 kids, you have 3 kids, you have 1 kid. And then you leave the whole house and doll the clothes for the whole house for them to wash. And you tell them here, we don't spend a lot of water, so you leave them clothes for a whole week to wash.
yes.
Seriously speaking.
And the kids.
Yes.
And
take care of the kids.
Cook, clean the house, iron the clothes. I've heard of house girls who iron towels.
And innerwear.
And innerwears. Why would we iron towels and innerwears?
Seriously, just because you don't want to see them
washing your innerwear. I mean,
yes, by the way,
just
washing innerwears, washing boxers.
Why?
Seriously?
Yes.
I mean, these are human beings.
Yes, we have to remember that.
Just like you're a human being in your own company.
Yes.
Imagine if you're treated like that.
It's wrong.
I mean, I'll also run away.
So, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we need to give them the right duties.
Yes.
We give them the
timelines.
Yes. And you don't expect them to give them so much, and you tell them within an hour, I want you to have finished.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, your child will suffer. She will vent on the kid now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then let me tell you something. You will never know what they do until they leave you alone. Trust me, what you have been giving them to do, you won't even finish.
You cannot do it.
I imagine when I'm left, I don't have one, and I'll finish that work at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Have you ever realized that?
Yes.
And you sleep very tired.
Yeah. And you wonder, how does she do?
Yes.
And she does it. So you should actually give her timelines and understand she's as human as you are.
And then if you have young kids and small kids, you overlook some things.
Yes.
Sometimes we overlook some cleanliness.
There are things you need to ignore. Don't be...
For the sake of that
kid.
For
the sake of the kid.
Yes, for the sake of the kid. And that is what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
There are some other duties that we are not supposed to give them. I don't know whether it is true, probably will tell me that. Sometimes we even tell them to make our beds.
Oh, that is just true.
Is it true? Are there people who do that?
Yeah, there are people who have their nannies make their beds.
Wait, is it true? That is very, very, very serious.
What is the excuse?
So you guys, what is the limit?
Yeah.
I need you to engage us and you tell us what is the limit. how much can we give them, and how much, what is the limit should we not give to them? Are they supposed to make our beds? Does it make us so lazy? And then the other thing that I was wondering, who is supposed to deal with them? Who employs the nanny? Is it you or the man of the house?
From my experience, it's always me.
It's always you.
Yeah.
You are the one who's supposed to deal with them,
Yeah.
not the other way.
So yeah, if she has any question, any queries, she comes to me.
Then she will ask you because, of course, you are the one who engages them, and it is important to be the one who deals with them because, of course, the housework is yours. And guys, we've said we should treat them very well. We have said that they are human beings. We have said that if you want them to be 100% or not 100% in your house, you have to prove to them that they are human beings. So what do you have the last shorting part that you want to say about these nannies of ours?
I would say that we should respect them. We should love them the way we love ourselves. This is a person you're bringing to your house. Respect her so that she respects you. Give her space to be human, because human is to err.
To be herself.
Yes, and give her space to be herself. And to the house girls, when you arrive at a house where someone treats you with respect, give the same respect.
Yes, it is two-way. Respect is two-way.
It's two-way.
Yes, respect is two-way. We love you so much, nannies. I know you're watching, and that is why we are here to advocate about you, to tell our fellow women and mothers, please, these are mothers of kids. These are wives of other husbands, is it?
Yes,
the nannies.
and
And it is a work like any other work. Kazi ni kazi. So let's treat them very well. And you guys engage us and tell us how your experience has been. Where do you get your house helps? In case you want to know where we get ours, contact us. The contacts are down there. Engage us, ask us questions, and tell us which is your worst experience that you've had with them. Which is the best experience you've had with them. And this is the channel of hope. My name is Anna Mugeche. This is she tell them bye. And may God bless you. By the way, before we finish, have you subscribed? Please do. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We shall bring so much of these interviews